We are just 2 days away now from the New Hampshire primary, and the GOP contenders in the race for president made their final pitches in a primetime debate last night, but one face was notably missing from that stage. And Local 10's Glenna Milberg is live in Manchester, New Hampshire to tell us about that controversy as well as the big moments from the debate stage. Good morning, Glenna.
Good morning, Todd. I'll tell you this morning, Carly Fiorina's absence, her non-invite, really isn't being talked about too much, at least not like the surprises of the debate last night. Carly Fiorina, for those who don't know yet, she was excluded from a podium last night because ABC Network, who ran the debate, she didn't meet the criteria they had set for the debate. She did not come in the top 3 in Iowa, and she's not polling in the top 6 in New Hampshire. That was the cutoff. That's why she was not invited to the debate. The debate surprises last night included revenge of the governors. It was the 3 governors on stage that really took the limelight, especially in their exchanges with the frontrunners. It was Governor Bush, who took on Donald Trump. It was Governor Chris Christie, who took on Marco Rubio. You're going to hear all about that. But first, the whole debate started with a little bit of leftover drama from Iowa last week.
Ben, I'm sorry.
No debate until Ted Cruz apologized for making voters back in Iowa think Ben Carson was leaving the race.
It gives us a very good example of certain types of Washington ethics.
It was the most attention Dr. Carson has gotten all week, but the most went to Marco Rubio, expected from the frontrunners, but a carpet bombing from New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
Marco, the thing is this: when you're president of the United States, when you're a governor of a state, the memorized 30-second speech where you talk about how great America is at the end of it doesn't solve one problem for one person.
It was Ohio Governor John Kasich with the first word on immigration this time.
Finish the border, guest worker, pay a fine, a path to legalization, and not citizenship.
Build a wall. We're going to triple the Border Patrol. We're going to increase. And actually, since Donald enjoyed that, I will simply say I've got somebody in mind to build it.
Who has the leadership skills to lead? And I'm proud of the fact that I have 12 Medal of Honor recipients, over 30 admirals and generals that believe that I would be a steady hand as commander-in-chief.
Jeb Bush finally polling in the double digits here. He kept it positive, redirecting attacks from Rubio, right next to him, to frontrunner Donald Trump.
What Donald Trump did was use eminent domain to try to take the property of an elderly woman on the Strip in Atlantic City. That is not public purpose. That is downright wrong.
Governor Bush issuing a huge challenge to Donald Trump, the developer, over eminent domain. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, eminent domain is a process where the government pays for but kind of takes public property for what is supposed to be a project for public use, like bridges or infrastructure, very rarely for a private developer. So that was a very big deal, and by all accounts a big score for Jeb Bush last night. Big score is key. That debate last night, the last real debate before the primaries on Tuesday, the New Hampshire primaries, they will tell you first in the nation. They are very proud of that. It's almost as if Iowa kind of doesn't exist when it comes to primaries. A third of the people who are going to the polls are undecided. 100% are very engaged in this process, even debating what went on last night in hotel lobbies and diners this morning, and the candidates are already out today at various rallies for that last-minute FaceTime. So please do join us throughout the weekend for all of the events up here, and of course on primary night 2. And coming up on This Week in South Florida, we'll go into a little more about what the electorate is like here in the Granite State. Live free or die is what they say. I'm Glenna Milberg, live in Manchester, New Hampshire this morning, Local 10 News.